Hi everybody. So update, GoFundMe is over 70%. Thanks to a very nice donation I received, over $3,500. And like I said, if you donate, you go right to the front. I immediately make a video. And this person, I'm going to keep his name anonymous, sent me a story that he wanted some answers to, wanted me to make a video. So that's what I'm doing. Thanks for all the vids. My mother hooked up with a narc when my parents got divorced. I was 4 to 5 years old. He wasn't physically abusive, but a major head gamer. He is the main reason for a ton of my personality problems, and your work clued me in. You know the deal. Nothing's ever good enough, so I am an unrealistic perfectionist. If it can't be perfect, it's worthless. Oh yeah, it's never perfect. The narcissism I picked up has destroyed many of my relationships with friends. On the other side, I have hooked up with a string of narc women to ensure the abuse continues. And it's like I said, once you're the victim of narcissism, you are constantly going to be drawn to other people that are going to keep you in that pattern of abuse. The narc side has driven me to be successful in that I'm one of the best at my business. But when I really think about it, I'm only doing it to impress my stepfather, who is dead. It's tough when you figure it out. You don't know who the hell you really are. And that really speaks to me because I talked about that, how I went 35 years living some life to keep my parents happy. The life that I thought would give me the most freedom from listening to their nonsense, make them happy. I totally get that. You wake up as an adult and you so strive to be good at what you do. And you spend so much time what you call perfecting your profession or succeeding in your profession, or being the best at your profession, yet you have this emptiness inside. Why? Because it's not who you are. It's like he says, he had no idea who he is. So all this success could never be perfect because your subconscious is telling you this isn't who you are, this isn't what you want to be, this isn't what you want to be doing. So there's never going to be perfection in your job and in what you're doing because your subconscious knows this isn't you. You don't even know you, but you know you're not happy doing it. It doesn't matter how much success you have in it if it makes you miserable. And if you're only doing it to keep the person who abused you happy, you become resentful of yourself. Because when you wake up at 35 and you realize you haven't lived a day of your own life, you are so angry at yourself. And I've talked about this numerous times. Like every time you make a breakthrough and every time you realize something, how it really is, as opposed to how your narcissist abuser made you think it is, and it becomes so clear to you that the answer was right there. Why couldn't I see it? You are so angry with yourself. You're angry, you're depressed, you turn to things to numb the pain, and it just keeps you in that, again, that pattern of abuse, trying to live somebody else's life, regardless of how much success you have. I'm listening to the social anxiety video right now. Spot on. The embedded narc part of me thinks I'm the center of attention. The victim part thinks that all the attention is negative. Here's what I'll say again. Be careful about calling yourself a narcissist. Narcissists never admit they have a problem. Do you have narcissistic tendencies? Yes, everybody does. Do we as narcissistic abuse survivors have more narcissistic tendencies due to our abuse? Yeah, but you wouldn't be watching my channel and you wouldn't be trying to figure out your life if you were a narcissist. You are having an honest debate with yourself about what's going on, but you're too quick to label yourself as the abuser, like the abuser, a narcissist. You're not a narcissist. You've been abused. You have tendencies. When you've grown up like that from the age of 4 and 5, what else do you expect? It's the nature versus nurture argument all over again, where you take two twins, you separate them, you give one a loving environment, the other one an abusive environment, and you see they will follow the rules of their environment, of what they've grown up in. So you've been abused, but you're not a narcissist. Narcissists never will ignore, they won't even consider the fact that they might have a problem. It's out of the realm of possibility. They will fight it to their core. It'll never happen. You have some tendencies you're working on, but you're not a narcissist. By the mere fact that you're watching, that you want to learn about this, and you're trying to better yourself. Narcissists never do that. The few of them that go to therapy lie to the therapist every single time. Every single time where somebody goes for either narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, okay, there needs to be a second person in therapy who's dealt with that narcissist to keep that narcissist honest, because that's what happened with my mother. It wasn't until my father, and even though he's a narcissist too, started going with her, and then realized, and then I got the same, then I ended up going to the same therapist and realized everything my mother was saying in therapy was a lie. Everything, she was just making things up. She would come home and then lie about what happened in therapy to my father, and then my father would lie about it. It wasn't until I actually went to therapy, and then they were with them, and then talked about the entire situation, and the therapist like, well, that makes more sense, that makes more sense, that makes more sense. And then what, I'm getting mad at myself. Like, of course they're lying to the therapist. Of course. Why do you take them at their word? And that's where you get mad at yourself. But I had to realize, and this is what she told me, you've been abused since the day you were born. So you're going to be easily tricked by them, which is why you need to cut them out and get away from them. Now, you have an advantage. Your stepfather's gone, so, but you're never going to get that closure with them. You can only get that closure with yourself. Anyway, I have quit drinking as a result of your vids. Wow. And my recognition that was caused by self-loathing, and we always self-loathe, you know, whether you call it low self-esteem, self-loathing, self-hate, you know, which is what is the intended purpose of the narcissist. They want you to hate yourself. They want you to self-loathe. They want you to doubt yourself. That's the way they can control you. If you have no control over yourself and you don't know who you are, they're going to make you into whatever they want you to be, whatever they want to be. And that's exactly what they love. They love to control other people's lives, emotions, thoughts, careers, money. It doesn't matter. It is the ultimate narcissistic supply for the abuser. If you make a video, how about addressing this dual problem about being half narc, half victim? You got to drop the half narc. You're not a narc. You're a victim. Forget the half narc. You're a victim. All victims of narcissistic abuse are going to have narcissistic tendencies because it's what we were raised in. The fact that you're dealing with it now and you're watching videos, and if you're getting therapeutic help with somebody who understands personality disorders, proves it's not a dual problem. Your problem is you were abused. You're a victim. You're not a narcissist. None of us are, because we're trying to fix and understand what the hell happened to us. So you got to stop, even though you might have the tendencies and you get the anxiety. You're not a narcissist. A narcissist will never even acknowledge it's a possibility. Okay? You are a victim seeking answers and help. Don't ever forget that. Stop labeling yourself as some kind of halfway narcissist. You're not. You're your narcissism, or what you're perceiving of narcissism in your relationships and your work, wasn't driven out of for yourself. You were doing it to make somebody else happy. You were doing it to impress somebody else, not for yourself. You're not there stealing thousands of dollars and making money and rolling and keeping it for yourself. And no, you're living this life, and we all do this as abuse survivors. We live lives to make other people happy. That's the mirror opposite of narcissism. That is the complete opposite of narcissism. So please stop calling yourself, a half a narcissist, or I might be narcissist. You got tendencies. We all got tendencies. Every person on the planet has the narcissistic tendencies. You're trying to find answers as a victim. Or another video, how these narcs are destroying humanity. Well, I mean, that's pretty much self-evident. I've talked about that pretty much in every video, whether it's my baby boomers, my baby boomer generation one, or I mean, there's a litany of videos where it's destroying humanity. And it is. It is. A lot of it, like what we see out in the real world and in politics and in government and in big business, it's driven by narcissism. It's driven by one's own self-need, to prop themselves up, make money, screw other people over. I mean, that is everywhere and anywhere in the world at this point. We're the exception, believe it or not. So it's like almost like that classic Star Trek. I don't know how many of you watch are Trekkies or watch old school Shatner Star Trek, where Kirk gets sucked into the parallel universe, where it's the evil universe and then the good universe. And the evil guy is real easy to spot in the good universe because everybody's good. So he stands out like a sore thumb. It was the good Kirk that was able to survive up until the very end, till they finally figured out it was alternate universe. Okay? So it's being dictated by the society we're in. So we're almost the good Kirk being sucked into the evil Enterprise universe. And we're surviving. That's why we're able to survive. If it was the other way around, if narcissism was so rare, it would be so easy to call it out. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We stand out as the decent people, and that's why we become victimized by them. Okay? If the world was good and if narcissism was rare and these were rarities, when it would happen, it would be so easy to point it out, and these people would be ostracized and shunned. So, I mean, that's how I see it as far as humanity goes. This guy is trending on Facebook. Watch the video. Search YouTube. Turning Pharmaceutical CEO Martin Shkreli speaks to CNBC. Good luck with your daughter. Okay, that's the guy, the ex-head fund manager, who bought a pharmaceutical company that wasn't doing well and raised the price of an AIDS medication from $13.50 a pill to over $700, a $500,000 markup. And I did watch the video, and I will say this. As somebody who has interrogated people for 20 years and have done thousands of interrogations and interviews and investigations, the only thing Martin Shkreli was telling the truth about was his name. That was it. That guy is a neuro-linguistic disaster as far as being able to tell when he's lying, what he's lying about. He's horrible, whether it's his facial tics, his eye motions, his ear tugs, his hair, his touching his hair. Every time he's asked a question, it is so obvious this guy is just a scumbag. That's a narcissist. That is a narcissist. Actually, that's more of a narcissistic sociopath, because he's actually looking to people are going to die. People will die. Who can afford $700 per pill? Okay. Even if you have insurance, is the insurance company going to pay for it? Are you going to be able to maintain your insurance at $700 a pill? Do you know what that's going to cost? So yeah, I would suggest to anybody to Google that. That interview with Martin Shkreli on CNBC and see it for himself, because it is it is friggin' loathsome. That dude if there's a dude that needs a fucking ass kicking in this world, holy shit, does he need his ass fucking beat. What a dick. What a goddamn douchebag. So, thank you so much for your donation. It was really, really generous. Thank you for your question and your story. I really do relate to it. Stop calling yourself a half narcissist. You're not. You're a victim. Because you're a victim, you think you're a half narcissist. It's crazy, and it'll drive you insane. You know, the circular abuse, how it keeps happening. Okay, you have to forget what you know and start anew. I don't know what else is in your life, what other abuses are in your life. If it's possible, or if you think it would be beneficial, you should try picking up and going to a new place, trying something completely new where nobody knows you. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, I came to South Florida and I could basically get a fresh start with my life. And it's still regardless of all the negativity I've gone through with my daughter and my custody, and for me, health wise and personality wise and just head wise, it was the best move I ever made. So again, I thank you again for the question, for the comment and the donation. I really appreciate it. And I will say one other thing. When I made the video a couple days ago about on the update and all the hate questions and the people kind of attacking me, and I said I put up 12 videos the day before and not one of them had a dislike, and 10 minutes later every one of them has one dislike, and the 3 I put up yesterday. I will just say this: keep disliking it. Keep disliking it, because to dislike it you have to hit play. And when you hit play, you know, even though I don't make a ton of money off my YouTube videos, I do make something off of it. So just understand, when you're disliking, it doesn't matter if you like it or dislike it, you've watched it. So, and really, I mean, I've gotten a bunch of other emails about it, like, who is this loser doing this? I'm like, you just nailed it. It's a loser. It's just a troll. Like, people are laughing. Whoever you are, people are laughing at you. But I encourage you to keep disliking my videos. I find it hilarious. I really do. I find it absolutely hilarious. So have yourself a ball, whoever you are. Okay, everybody. Again, thank you to everybody who's donated. Over 70%, over 3,500 in. Again, I really feel good that we can hit the goal by the end of the month. The link to the GoFundMe is in the description box. So please donate if you can. Share if you can. A share helps as well. I really appreciate everything. I will also put the link to this Martin Shkreli video in the description box as well. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out for yourself and you will see the epitome of true evil. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks again, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye.